include the Playgroup from Gas Meter Press in 2012 and the forthcoming Best Loved from Old Gold 2013. He's a contributor to Americana, a Bird and Beckett review 2013, and Big Bell. Please welcome Rod. When you've read 67 pages of double space.
We can tell you.
I'll make a timer. This way I can waste at least a minute for the book.
14 to go. 13 and a half.
Okay, I'm ready. Do I have to use the microphone? Of course not. Will it help?
He wants to be heard.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Things to do in love. God bless. It's 3 a.m. The best of Wednesday morning. The greatest time of simple pleasures to get lost. Can your heart stand it? So full of love, suddenly back to back with a little help. You could read my mind. The best of temporarily closed. The greatest sharp look. I'm giving it up so plain. Wind and wuthering. Greetings from windy modern English. This is the best of in color. Whistle echoes and natural high. The very best of touching you, touching me. I wrote that after I wrote a lot of sad love poems, and someone asked me if I could write a happy one. I'm still not even sure if that's a happy one. I feel like I'm in limbo with this thing. Unknown gods. Please understand my life. Barely in line at the store. They say I am too light. Crystal gazing in perfect darkness. Not talking out of turn. My friends are in order. Choking me, checking for holes. In the wilderness, all is forgiven. My yearning is drunk and dead. Wide open and unguarded stand my gates. It wasn't hallucinations. It was a bad time. A fat man paid in white onions and jalapenos. As a joke, I stood up for myself. They want me to come when the phone rings, leaving the known for the bottom. I intend to move away, and this will make up for it. I took no advice. How sad I talked for so long, mostly when I remembered a Tennessee Walker, a crack on the head, or the price of admission. Peaceful green, lifting to the sun, I always see my dick. I'm not gay, I'm naked a lot. It's hard to explain. I'm in love with myself. It's super unhealthy. I meet a lot of eyes. I am commander-in-chief, leader of the gang that loves me. Sad love poem. Silence moans of sorrow. I could draw you to me, speaking almost as a man speaks. I say, I know too well I've been taken for granted, in long lines waving, bending, the great traveler full of wonder, bigger than seawater. Let me meet the strangers, put them at ease, cover all the arrows of warning. Naked lies your heart before me, in the shelter I will come and sit. Beside you, I caused a lot of grief. The Majesty of Natchez, which is the town I was born in Mississippi. Mississippi. Mom knew Mavis and Belfour Miller. Sandra knows everyone. She belongs to the Natchez Garden Club, Stanton Hall, Carriage Restaurant, a ghost show at King's Tavern. Somebody got stabbed or something, Choctaw or Cherokee, the towers, we all went through it. Rosalie, you remember, right on the river, crosses Linton Road, the forest for my friend, the Presbyterian. They showed Longwood and talked about it too. Duncan Park was once the owner of 500 slaves. A lot of history you can't be proud of. The most popular one found a big dinosaur tooth on the trace near a house made of pegs. Before we die. I'll see your eyes again, youth of my 20s, wearing a fine beard, scarlet bushes, the old familiar world, a long journey unaccomplished. For a moment, saw myself in the green afternoon. I'd honk my horn at his manly gait. We see together age and eternity, a great dumb rotting church, no symbolic dressing for the string beans and daisies. My God, the soft beauty of the middle-aged, come flow in the swirling sheets, lie down between the bridegroom and the bride. So much life passed through, beckoning me out. What genius of sensation, I thought. 5 years ago, sitting in my apartment, open like trees in the green automobile of the murky old forgotten millipede's black head moving inches away. I feel cold. Who's all here holding my eyes to the sunshine? I don't want hardly anything, a reservation for my head to the moon, simple ways I'm living, all the time, big heat from beyond the happiness cage, the place in the island at the top of the world, the shape of things to come. Hope I'm not stupid in the land of comedy. Chosen survivors sleep harder. People that time forgot welcome you to Blood City. Factor the thing in the castle left running. 2 heads. You are a widow, sir. Beware, I got a stoned heart on the wrong path. Saint so far gone possessed me. Reveal a wet evening. Miserable ends when I wake up. No baby's mine. Lovely ladies, be forewarned. What passes for pretty insane last days here? Things are going to be southwestern. It's been too long since I've seen your face. Quiet days. These are not my voices. Show me from behind the wall who is talking. Our relationship is tenuous. The only word that is mine here. I borrow nothing from the love poems. Dream a rich and long delight. The most honest airing of private thoughts ever within reach of the phone. I'm sick from the cold of fatherhood, the flu of the middle age. Depressed man before you, never, not on my mind. Other people and bread, both killers, and cigarettes, thank you for them, double dead. Turn that ghost that way, it's the evidence that's killing me. Never say disappear, never write over waiting for the snow, never use someone's last line. The answers are good, like the interview, smile a lot, I'll give up my past for it, I'll pay my last gasp and feed on this dark and slimy nest. This poem is called Farewell Transmission, and it's for my friend Ed, and we both liked this band, the Electric Magnolia Company, and this lead singer, Jason Molina, died, and then I wrote this poem. Farewell Transmission. When you're gone, you will do a lot, hanging yellow miracles, water crystals, cutting meat for enjoyment. Just be simple. Don't trust success, the mistress of ceremonies with a voice like an angel over the rooftops, old guard of early death. It's what you think. Each tree stands alone in stillness. It's been like this for years, burden of getting old in loops around the mouth. Everything you love to avoid, there is no such thing as a breakdown. The head fills with beauty, a pipe and queen's dream. I wanted to be a cowboy, with heart split and heavy hammer, to beat ache out of pounding rain. Hold on, Magnolia, it's been hard doing anything when you've stuck around so long. After Forever is a Black Sabbath song. Let me see your thighs. Look at them close like a diamond. Yes, and the curve of your ass. Let me kiss it once. Put my lips on forever. I promise I'm good at memory, happiness, taking my shirt off in the sun. I can also write poems, make you laugh. Everything I was meant to be. I thought of someone else's heaven, a glassy eye and reflected in sunglasses. Nice legs, here it comes. Everyone's taking pictures, and all I want to do is make love to you the way you want me to. Give me head until I'm dead, until the end of time, until the hand falls from the clock. I cannot hide my cock, is fat, another thing I was meant to be. Native speech. All night long, it's the same old thing. A toast to you from Natchez to Mobile. Yesterday's king of pain, merchant of the other side. I feel like I'm dying, tearing down the walls in a room of one's own. Leave, but don't leave me alone. My balls are in your hand. Better to recognize the fear, get myself back together with a spoon up my nose. Drinking St. Elmo's fire, I'm not shy. There's a lot of pretty girls, I never worry. That's a lie. I prefer not to say I'm grateful. My job is last man standing, master of no return to where I am from. I should be an actor, fat star of Dixie Belle, 20 minutes in Blue Yonder. I find the feelings, arrange the lines, lose interest, finish a small book, make new friends, throw myself into poetry, dummy in the window, life's been good so far for smoking riffs. Consider me an old apprentice, sweet money and magic, believe it, my heart again is gonna break, I have two, there's nothing left to hold. Sorry people want everyone barefoot in the head, I'm not afraid, I see the emotion down below sleeping, dreaming of ragged mountains, nothing kindred to learning the world, nothing like 1 million tomorrows to bring me down. This must be what jail is really like, calling from my miserable mind. I find I'm mistaken in narrative, wild poems ever after, harsh mistress, light of the green star. I need a way out of this. Take me down beneath the sea to the disappearing planet within. There is something strange, not quite human, outside your bed at 3 a.m. In there typing filthy memories of love. The gay prince, his great fetish, a big heart you can't take with you. Welcome to Turd City. Come on in. Tell me about it. Rest assured, one of the reasons I came all this way is to feel that moment sail away. I don't want the $2 back, just him. This is called Blood Stories. I mean, it's prose, but I don't know why I told you that. I've been translating the poems of Robert Desnos. I've never really been interested in translation, but lately my daughter's been asking me to tell her stories about my childhood. It started when I found her sitting at the table with a penny in her mouth. I told her about the time I accidentally swallowed a quarter and got it stuck in my esophagus. I had to go to the emergency room to get it removed. After x-rays, they put a long tube down my throat and pushed it down into my stomach, and then they used another long tube with a claw on the end to pick it out. When it came out, they had to clean the blood off, and the doctor offered it to my mother. Every time I tell it, her eyes get bigger as she anticipates the part where the blood makes an appearance. That's really the only part of the story she's interested in. I thought I was telling her a horrific story to keep things out of her mouth where they don't belong, but she's more interested in what comes out of the body, what crosses the boundary in the other direction, the abject. Similarly, this is where my interests lie with translation. It's not what is there for language to decide, it's what lies beneath the text and the translation. I have to ingest a lot of the language before I can put my words to it, my own blood and guts, to make the poem of my understanding. This process is a lot like writing my own poems, but with a starting point, an extra step and depth in reading. I can see why poets become translators and get known for translation sometimes more than their own work. There's a mixing of two poets and sides working together on the page, the marriage of a lot of blood and baggage. Desnos may not want what I bring to his poems, my suffering and illusion. I worry I am doing it wrong by not writing the literal. I am concerned until the knowing in me writes what it understands to be what Desnos means. When he writes, and this is French, des grands comptoirs se construisent pour vendre des rosinons, blah blah blah, which translates as large counters were built to sell nightingales, but they cannot satisfy the desires of the Queen of Siberia. There's a moment when my life and my surroundings blur with Desnos' lines. I see the store I walk by on Mission Street called Giant Value, and birds stretched across the table. They look beautiful but out of place, not in the sky where they belong, and the woman behind the birds tells me they are not fit for a queen. But Desnos' queen is cold. She is Siberian. She is not interested in the healing properties of birds, or as I go deeper, sex. No one can make her come. She has yet to soar in her desires. My curiosity of Desnos grew with each line I translate, and I want to know where our lives intersect. I read about his last days sick as a political prisoner in a concentration camp during World War II. He spoke out early against Hitler when everyone else was hoping it would work itself out. A young man recognized Desnos from a Man Ray photograph as he lay on a paper mattress dying the day the Nazis released all the prisoners. The young man and a nurse sat with Desnos and talked about art and poetry until he passed holding a rose they had given him. My daughter keeps asking me to retell the Porter story, and I do. Each time I get close to the end, she starts to ask, "And was there blood on it?" And I always ignore her because I can tell that she has begun her own blood story. Thank you.